Hi, good morning class. Today, I will be discussing to you about the emitter bias configuration of a bipolar junction transistor or the BJT. This is the continuation of our topic before about fixed bias configuration. Right, so what is this emitter bias configuration? The DC bias network contains an emitter resistor to improve the stability level over that of the fixed bias configuration, which means this type of configuration has a more stable result or output because of the presence of this resistor here. Okay. The resistor which is connected directly to our emitter. So if you are to compare their configuration, the fixed bias has no resistor here, right? If you still remember. Okay, so for an emitter bias configuration, the only difference between them is that we have a resistor here. And another thing that you need to check on here in our schematic diagram, there are capacitors connected to them, right? But you need not to overthink about it, guys. No, you need not to overthink about it because in a DC bias configuration, these capacitors here are considered, okay, what? They're considered as an open circuit. Alright, so there's no connection between them. So you just have to ignore it. Okay, so now we have here the working formulas under the emitter bias configuration, which I will try my best to explain this to you in the simplest way and in a way that it is the shortest way. Okay, so I hope you still follow. Alright, so we have here how to solve for IB. IB is equals to VCC minus VBE over RB plus beta plus 1 times RE. And then we have RI is equals to beta plus 1 RE and the rest as you can see in here. Yet, the plot twist here is that you need not to memorize all of this formula. Okay? So that's the good news here because if you only know and master the looping, the KBL looping, Pivar circuit, then this will be an easy task for you. Alright, so let's start with finding the IB. And wait, there is this one formula. Okay. As you can see, I call this a power formula because this formula, okay, this is the one thing that you really need to memorize. Okay, you really have to consider this, familiarize, memorize because you needed this in your looping for simplifying your equation, especially in finding the IB, so that you will arrive into one unknown only. Okay, so here, so actually this is the same as with finding the IC, finding IC equals to beta IB, right? So you really have to know about that formula or memorize that. So same with the IE, okay, you need to memorize this one. IE is equals to beta plus 1 times IB. So this is very useful as you can see in here. Okay, so we will solve IB by looping. Okay, so we will start with VCC. Okay, so in your mind, you can set there VCC minus IBRB minus VBE, right? Then going down minus IERE. So the current across here is what we call IE, then to the ground. So in equation, we can say VCC minus IBRB, oops, and hopefully you can still understand my writing. I'm just using a mouse right now. VCC minus IBRB VBE. Okay, I'm doing my best right now. VBE minus IERE. Oops. So the very goal of this equation is that we have to, okay, isolate only one unknown, okay? So all others should be given so that we can automatically solve these one unknown, which is our target is the IB. Alright, so the IB is found at the second term, and then guess what? There is a term here that we can convert into an IB, okay, express into an IB, which is the, yeah, we can use here the power formula, okay. the IE. So IE could also be beta plus 1 times IB, right? So we are already expressing it through IB. So at this equation right now, we can say that VCC minus IB, RB minus VBE minus beta plus 1 times IB times RE. So most of our equations, okay, the VCC is given, the RB is given. Okay, I'm talking about the basic, okay? The VB is given, which is 0.7, and the beta is given, IB not given, RE is given. So with that, we can conclude, okay, we can isolate the IB to the other side, okay, or let's just have it remain, okay, or for a simplification, all right, so we can do BCC minus VBE. Okay. All right, so this time we have already this beta plus 1, okay, beta plus 1, and can we just put it there? No. Okay, so let's just erase that one, okay, for simplified formula. Okay, so let's just move first all the terms with an IB on the other side. So I'm putting it here so that it will become positive. So RB. Actually, I could isolate also there, but to make it more simpler, okay, it make it simpler, I'll just do it this way. So beta plus 1 IB. Oops, IB. That's IB. No. Okay. This is funny. Okay, so I'll just have the part necessary. So beta plus 1 times, that's IB, guys. IB. Alright? IB, then did I miss something? Okay, the RE. Okay, forget the RE. Alright, so we have now side by side, left and right equation. And now the goal is to isolate the IB. So let's just leave the IB on the other side and move the other terms on the left side. So and you just imagine, okay? This is equation, they're just equal, so I just move it like this. Okay, so IB becomes there. We are arriving now with the formula. That's VCC. Oh, it's become bigger. Why did I make it bigger? That's VBE. Guys, I'll just pause my camera this time so that we have enough space because I'm writing it bigger. So VCC minus VBE. Oh gosh. All over. Okay, so I know you are already know this though as an engineer. Okay, you can already imagine how I did it. So isolating the IB, so with that we can have RB plus beta plus 1. Oh my gosh, I hope I will be able to write it correctly. Then the RE, because we already isolated the IB, right? Okay, so that's it. So can you see that? So this is the derivation of that formula there. Okay, so there. So that's how we get the IB. Okay, so now I will erase this one and then let's go to, you can do a screenshot, guys. Okay, let's erase this one, and I think I'm taking this longer already, but it's okay. The important thing here is you understood the topic. So this is something, the RI, this is also a standard formula. You need to memorize this one. But this is not usually used in our equation. So the another thing is the VCE, which is I guess there's no need to dig in more about this because this is just looping. The only thing here is that the RE is added, and still the capacitors here are what? The capacitors here are still open circuit. Alright, so here we go. VCE. So the VCE is found here. It is the voltage across the collector and the emitter. So since we are looking for the VCE, so we need to loop here, right? So that's why we have VCC, okay, going down to ICRC, ICRC, then going down to VCE. Oh, so this is the VCE here. So minus, diba? So it was just transferred to the other side. Minus IERE. But as you can see, ma'am, that's not IEC. That's not IC, that's IE. Okay, so this time, I need you to consider this approximation wherein the IC is approximately equal to IE. Okay, so you need to follow that consideration here, or approximation, so that you can arrive with this formula. So that's why in here, in our formula, we have IC. Okay, isolated IC, because the supposed to be IERE. Okay, the IE there is being approximately equal to IC. That's why we could say IC times RC plus RE, and I hope you understand. Okay, so that's why we arrive VCE is equals to VCC minus IC times RC plus RE. Okay, so now let's go to this formula. VE is equals to IERE. So where does, okay, so where does it go? So actually that's just an Ohm's law, guys. Okay, so if it happen, okay, you know already the value of IE, okay, then, or the IC, then the RE is given, then you will be able to get the VE. And now for the VC, so how did you arrive in this? Actually, this formula is just coming from the VCE, the one that I mentioned in our previous discussion, that formulas can also be taken by this. So let's just say VC minus VE. Okay, so the first subscript, okay, will be the, okay, the one that will be divided to. So that's why it becomes VC minus VE. So since we are looking for VC, so transforming the formula, that becomes VCE, okay, and plus VE, because we are transferring the V to the other side, so it becomes positive. Alright, so that's it. And for the, okay, for this formula, okay, this is just a simple one. Oops, sorry, it's not the eraser. Okay, so I really have to erase this, and I think it takes time. I'll make it faster. Okay, are you still there? Okay. So next is we need to solve the VC. So in solving the VC, where is the VC? Okay, do you know where's the VC? So it's just the voltage across the collector. So it is somewhere here. Okay, so it's just like you're getting a VO here, right? So since the VC is just here, so in looping, you need not to go through with the VC and the IAR. You just stop here, okay? So that's why during looping, you just say VCC minus ICRC minus VC. So this is how it goes. No, that's why in our formula here, it becomes VC is equals to VCC minus ICRC. Okay, so for VB, where is VB? No, so do you know where's VB? Okay, VB is at the base. Okay, that's why VB, base voltage. Alright, so you'll just have to loop until here only. Okay, so that's VCC minus IBRB minus VB. That's why in our formula, we have VB is equals to VCC minus IBRB. Okay, so lastly, the formula VB is equals to VBE plus VE. Actually, this is just the technique that I instructed you in our discussion. So it's just VBE is equals to VB minus VE. Wow, I guess I'm getting better writing through my mouse. So that's VBE. Okay. So since we're looking for VB, so VB is equals to, let's make it positive. So VV plus VE. Alright, so that's it. So that's how you arrive with the formula. Okay, class. So this time, we will proceed with the example. Example for the emitter bias network, which we are asked to determine the IB, IC, VCE, VC, VE, VB, and VBC. Okay, so let's start with IB. Okay, so in solving the IB, as given, as already explained with the formula, we have IB is equals to VCC minus VBE over RB plus beta plus 1 times RE. So we just have to plug in given. Okay, so we have VCC as 20 volts, VB as 0.7, then RB, this one is the RB, 430 kilo ohms plus the 51, no, because it's beta plus 1. Okay, so beta here is 50, so that's why it becomes 51 times the, okay, RE, which is the 1 kilo ohm. So as said, you just have to ignore the capacitors connected here. All right, so computing, we will get 40.1 microamperes. So that would be your IB. Next is how to solve the IC. So IC is particularly, it's just beta IB. Okay, the formula you need to memorize. Okay, so beta is 50 times IB as solved here. That's 40.1 microamperes. So IC is now 2.01 milliamperes. Next is solving the VCE. Okay, so looping around the other side. Alright, so you loop here, okay, going down to the ground. So that would be VCC minus IC times RC plus RE. As mentioned, IC is approximately equal to IE. That's why our supposed to be IE here becomes an IC. Okay, so plugging in the given, so we will arrive with 13.97 volts. Next is, okay, so now we go to, so that's the C, so let's go to Z. Solving for the VC, so VC is just the voltage across here, so the looping should be until here only. Okay, so that would be VC is equals to VCC minus ICRC, which is 20 volts minus 2.01 milliamperes times 2 kilo ohms, that would be 15.98 volts. And for VE, okay, VE, which is just simply, okay, the voltage across our resistor here, or the RE. But we can just solve it as VE is equal to VC minus VCE. Okay, so taken from the formula, VCE is equals to VC minus VE. So we will get 2.01 volts. So we can use that because you already know the value of VE, and you also already get the value for VC. So you can just directly use the formula VE is equals to VC minus VCE. But there is other way. You could also use VE is equals to IERE or ICRE. You could still arrive with the same answer. Okay, so next is finding the VB. So finding VB is equals to VBE plus VE. So that would be 0.7 volts plus 2.01 volts. You will get 2.71 volts. So from here, this is just a formula taken from VBE is equals to VB minus VE. The technique that I already taught you. So next, I guess this is the last one. Okay, finding the VBC. So I'll just close my tab. Okay, so VBC is equals to VB minus VC. So VB will already VB 2.71 volts minus the VC, which is, okay, where is that VC? Right here. So VC 15.98 volts. So calculating, you will arrive at negative 13.27 volts, which, okay, which says that this portion here, this is a reverse, the negative says reverse bias as required. Okay, the voltage across, I mean the voltage across the base to the collector is being reverse bias, while the voltage across the base and the emitter is being forward bias, as it is an operating condition of a bipolar junction transistor. So that's it, class. So that ends our discussion with the bipolar junction transistor emitter bias configuration. Bye!